Renovations do not need to cost a fortune. I've done 7 renovations myself and currently have 2 renovation projects taking place in the Victorian market, one on the north side of Melbourne and one in the Geelong region. So in this video, I want to share with you the $0 renovation playbook. This is where you can get renovations done for essentially no cost by putting your sweat equity into the property or getting help to do these types of projects to add value. We've come up with 16 ways to add value to your home without even spending a cent. And if you've been a follower of the YouTube channel for any period of time, you'll see myself and my late wife, Emily, were renovating properties to add significant value to homes, to fast track our wealth creation journey, to refinance equity and build a property portfolio to give us choices. And as you can see, these are shots from many of the projects. This one in the bottom right-hand corner where I'm wearing a red shirt was from our third property purchase, which was the triple Gable Queenslander in Greenslopes. And this was when it was a VJ wall home and we bought our paint sprayer to do an internal renovation throughout. This is once we'd raised the house. This is from a project in Aspley. These couple of photos here with Asa when he was a little baby. And Emily and I at the Bray Park Bomb, which was one of our latest projects in 2024. So I've certainly done plenty of renovations myself. Now let's unpack this list. Now, first up, we have declutter and depersonalize. If you're getting a bank valuation or you're looking to sell your home, make sure that your property is neat and tidy. Think like a stylist would, like an interior designer. Create space, create light, create that calm sense of feel. So when a valuer walks through your home or individual buyers potentially looking to buy your home, they get that sense of space in the property. And depersonalize. You don't need to have a million photos hanging up, especially if you're selling your home. If you're just doing a bank valuation, that's less important. But from selling your home, you want the buyers to feel like this could be their home in the very near future. Next up, we have rearrange and reset. You want to rearrange furniture where that walk flow makes sense. Can you move the couch so you have more room to walk behind it? Is your dining table a bit too big for the space if you're staging your home? These things really matter to give people a sense of the space, and this is why a lot of companies that do staging use a lot smaller furniture to give a greater sense of space when you go through the home. Next up, we've got restyle your shelvings. You don't want to see ugly shelves full of gunk and stuff. Can you tidy the clutter up, make things look clean and symmetrical, and that's going to present well to potential buyers or to a valuer. Give your house a real deep clean. Clean like a pro. Deep clean everything, in particular the windows, grout, vents, fans, and skirting boards. You'd be surprised that that little bit of extra attention to detail, especially in my opinion around windows and around skirting boards, people tend not to dust them. And if you can see that a house has had curtains left there for 5 years, dust has accumulated and they've not been wiped down, it can just tarnish people's presentation of the home. We also have swapping out light bulbs. Now, you might have a couple of spare ones in the cupboard, or you may need to go spend a few dollars to get a couple of nice light bulbs, but use light that creates value to the space. Light allows people to get a sense of warmth and feeling. So in seating areas, use warmer lights, and in more established areas like kitchens and bathrooms, people tend to use wider lights. So use the right type of light in the right scenario. Fix the curbside appeal. The first thing someone's going to see when they see your home is the front of the property. And so make sure that it presents very well. Actually get out there, use the lawnmower, edge the curb, sweep up the yard, and make sure that that front lawn and front facade is presenting really nicely. Give trim back to bushes and overgrowth. A lot of houses we see when we buy as buyer's agents are overgrown. And that gives people a sense of the house being dark and shadowy. And so if you can trim back the bushes and hedges, yes, you're going to get sweaty on a Saturday afternoon, and it is a bit of work, but if you've got the tools there in the garden shed, go out there and do the work. It's not going to cost you anything, but it can really lift the appeal when someone comes to walk through your property. Again, we're doing these things to add value from both an equity point of view if you're getting a bank valuation and if you're looking to potentially sell your home down the track. We also need to talk further about the garden and potential garden hacks. Mulching these areas in your garden beds can really make it look light and bright. So mulch is something great. You can get mulch for free. You can find it on Facebook Marketplace or on council groups. Claim trees as well. Your council gives away trees. They want you to plant trees in the yard. A couple of young trees in the backyard could look really nice if you've just tidied up the yard and put a few new plants in. It's pretty affordable, cost effective, potentially free in some scenarios, and it's a great way to present the yard very nicely. We've then got the outdoor feel of the property. So Create seating zones. If you've got a little front balcony, put a chair there, stage it like it's actually being used. Now, you might not actually go out onto your front balcony much, but people don't know that. If you can put some seats there, or a bench seat, or a couple of high chairs, or some low chairs, depending on the area, it makes it feel like it's its own separate space, maybe a parent's retreat for the parents to sit down after a long day of going to work and then looking after the kiddies. Pressure wash. Pressure wash everything, paths, decks, bricks. You can borrow a washer from a mate if you don't have one. I'm actually doing this on exactly one of my projects at the moment. So I've got a property that I'm selling and I'm looking to pressure wash the property to present it nicely and get rid of, exactly like this, the mold buildup and the grime that builds up on the pavers over time. Next up, we've got lighting and atmosphere. Brighter the better. We like to say in our business, light, bright, and white. Clean those windows, make sure nice light is coming in. Now you've trimmed the bushes and yard outside, you should have more light coming into the property. And with the windows nice and clean, it's going to sparkle and really shine in terms of the home internally. Open every curtain and blind. This is a big thing, especially when you're selling a property. It might matter a little bit less in terms of bank valuations, but with selling your home, you want people to walk through and see that the space is full of light, and they can then picture and create an emotional attachment to the property, and they can foresee how they're going to use that home, and that's what you're looking for by creating more light in these spaces. We've then got smarter spaces. So repurpose a room. Turn junk rooms into study nooks and retreats. We see a lot of homes with odd spaces. You know, the high-set homes in Queensland are built in underneath in a lot of circumstances. Or there's little spaces off the side of lounge rooms, which could be a study nook. And so if you put in a basic bench top there, or a seat, a reading corner, it can be a great way to use these spaces which would otherwise wouldn't be functional. But because you've repurposed the space, people can see how you would use it functionally. Hide your weird stuff. You've got walking treadmills, exercise bikes. You don't want that in the middle of the living room, in the middle of the space when a valuer is coming through your house or potential buyers. And it's just decluttering the space as well. So that's the truth. All of these 16 items can really add value to the property without you spending a cent. The reality is it's a lot of hard work to renovate a home, and these items in particular focus on low cost but high return. Creating light, removing clutter, creating a sense of space and feel, and presenting the property better, especially from that front facade. Now, my two cost items that I would suggest you actually spend money on, which are going to give you your highest return on investment, are painting and flooring. To add to this list, numbers 17 and 18, painting. So you would have seen that I was using a paint sprayer at the start of this video in some of those photos. A paint sprayer or painting your home internally and externally can be done for a few $1,000s. Now, if you outsource it to trades, it could be $10,000 or $15,000 to do an internal repaint, and $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000 to do an external repaint. So if you can do this yourself over weekends for say $3,000 to $4,000 because you're just paying the materials, that's going to give you a really great return on investment, typically 10 times your cost. So like a $30K uplift for your $3K spend and your hours on the weekend or weeknights. The other thing is flooring. So putting in laminate or hybrid floors or carpets in the bedrooms, depending on whether you're in Victoria, for example, or in Brisbane. In Victoria, I'm doing more carpets in the bedrooms. And in Brisbane, I tend to do more laminate or vinyl planks, depending on the property and how nice the property is. So you can do all of these no-cost items, and then you can move into some slightly lower-cost items, which really give you a high return on investment and can add tens of thousands of dollars to your property's value when it's assessed. Now, if you're interested in buying a property in Southeast Queensland or Greater Melbourne in the next 3 to 6 months, head over to purposeproperty.com.au. In that 20-minute chat, you'll book in a free session with myself where we can talk specifically about your strategy and how we can help you buy a property in these markets in the near future. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What brings the biggest return of value in terms of free or low-cost items to renovate your home? And give this video a click right here, because YouTube thinks that's the one you should watch next. I'll see you in that video. Peace.